So, it's now arcades. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm back. Hello, welcome to the stream. I was streaming last night and I completely stuffed it up. So if you've since watched those videos, or you're in the stream, or you watched the videos and you saw the epic failure that was that game, prepare yourself because we're going to start again, but I need to do the preamble stuff all over again because this obviously will then go to YouTube. So if you've already heard all that stuff, I apologize, but here we go again. I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm back now. Real life got in the way, but here I am, ready to rock. I've been getting into Marvel Champions. Now, I initially dismissed Marvel Champions because I was too heavily involved in Lord of the Rings and Track of the Rings, my Star Trek mod of Lord of the Rings LCG. But now I'm all on. I'm all aboard the Marvel Champions train. I've bought all the cards and I've just been playing it basically every night after work. I play it a couple of games, or at least one game, and yeah, all over. A bit obsessed. I'm the manager of a team at work, and we have these things called stand-ups where we sort of like talk about our week. We also get together on teams and talk about our weekend stuff and what we're doing for the weekend. And just every single time I mention Marvel Champions, it's become a bit of a running gag. It's like the last meeting I didn't mention it because I had too much other stuff to talk about, and someone actually posted, it's like, oh my god, there's no Marvel Champions mentioned. It's a miracle. But anyway, Marvel Champions. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of Marvel Champions content creators already on YouTube. So there's no need for me to contribute to sort of add to that are already there. I mean, my favourites are Get Up and Game, D20 Woodworking, and Nelson over cards. They're my three go-tos that I watch. So I highly recommend you check them out. So I'm not going to do the stuff that they sort of do, rankings and playthroughs and all that sort of stuff, unless I change my mind and feel like it. But yeah, that won't be my focus. What I'm going to focus on is custom content. So TTS has a Marvel Champions board. I do actually play I own all the cards and I play in real life normally, but for the custom stuff I can't afford to print out every single custom card that gets made. It's madness. So TTS is obviously the way to go, and there's a board on TTS which I believe is called Hitches. Yep, here we go. Marvel Champions Hitches table. And it's awesome. It's bloody awesome. So I highly recommend you check it out. It's got all the the mod cons. It's got all the cards. It's got a whole bunch of automation. Yeah, it's just it's got everything you could possibly want. Ignore this table over here is actually my table, but it's got you can import your stuff from Marvel CDB, which I'll talk about in a second, and you can and you actually play the game with all the automation, all sort of stuff, different play mats and what have you. Change the play mat here. I actually wish that this is Makoba's playmat, which is what I use. I wish that the fields that are on there were on the blank ones. If there's a way of doing that, please let me know. That would be awesome, because I would prefer to play with like blue or grey, but with the fields. But I can't. So I'm using Makoba's playmat, which is awesome. It's just the picture in the background, so it just gets a bit distracting after a while. But it's all the automation you could possibly want, and you'll see them as we sort of go through the game. Some of the automation you got, it's like you can call a boost card, and as long as the encounter deck's in the encounter deck field, it calls a boost card, it calls the encounter card. You put your minions up here, and you got your cards down here, and all that sort of stuff, and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. But what it also has, which is awesome, is custom content. So you got like the cards up here that you place, the official cards, but it's also got some custom content here, which I've already clicked place and sort of brought them down here, which I assume are the characters Hitch has made. That is just an assumption. I can't confirm or deny. Well, I suppose I could confirm or deny, because I can check it out on here. Let's have a quick look. My curiosity has hit me halfway while I was talking. So Fin Fan Foom is a villain. One of the villains, Fin Fan Foom. According to this, he was created by Nugget. So unless that's Hitch's name on MCDB, then don't know. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, it's got custom content on here, which is great, and that's what I want to sort of get into that, because, like I said, there's already creators doing like the actual real stuff. No, well, not the real stuff. I shouldn't say that. The official stuff. And I like custom stuff. I like the community that builds up around these sort of games. Myself included. So I mean, obviously my Trek of the Rings for the Lord of the Rings LCG, massive project of love, and that's the sort of thing I like. I like the sort of expanding the game beyond what is officially available. And the Lord of the Rings community is just amazing. Some of the content that's being produced for that, I've actually bought. Mr. Doug Beer from the community. He's just an absolute legend. Doug, if you ever hear this, my respect for you is just off the charts. He's put together a whole bunch of orders through some Polish website where you get them actually made, and they look real. It's amazing. And people buy them from there. So it's the custom content and stuff on that. So it's just amazing stuff. And so yeah, so whenever you get something comes out that people are passionate about, you get a community that builds up around it, and you get sort of custom stuff, which is awesome. So and here's some examples. Like these heroes, these are custom heroes. These heroes aren't available in the game officially, and you got some custom scenarios. One of the beauty of this game is its modular system. So you've got the hero and all their cards, and the villain and their cards. It's very much Lord of the Rings LCGS, right? You got the hero and other villain and their encounter deck. So it's essentially the same sort of thing. The hero and their deck. But it's got another system called the modular system, which is a way of enhancing the encounter deck. But you can also mix and match those modular systems where it has a recommended one, but you could use whatever one you want, really. And it's genius to basically just reinvigorate the game over and over and over again. No game is the same that you have. Josh over at Get Up and Game actually I think his name's Josh. I hope I haven't stuffed that up. Yep, Josh. Thank God. Has done a video about that very thing, where he basically goes through all the modular sets and talks about the best ways to sort of mix them up and stuff like that. I highly recommend you check that out. I'll see if I can link to it, but it's just it's really awesome. And there's quite a few custom modular sets. So custom heroes, custom villains, custom modulars. So the amount of content is just amazing. So I want to go through that. So I've pre-generated some custom stuff over here on this table. There was some space here, so I've done that. Sorry about the Lord of the Rings deck boxes, but they were the only ones I could find. So from my previous mod, I could just reskin them, but I just haven't done it just yet. So, but I will at some point. I swear to you. It's just I'm too eager to actually play the game. So I've grabbed some of the custom content and I've brought it into the game here, ready to go. Now, where did I get that custom content? You might ask. That's a good question. You heard me mention Marvel CDB. That's the online resource. It's called the Deck Builder and Card Database for the Marvel Champions LCG. It's great. It's basically built on the same engine as the Lord of the Rings one. So I highly recommend you check it out. You can create your own deck, share your deck with other people. Yeah. Got all sorts of stuff on there, reviews, all sorts of stuff, and then using the mod you can import where is it? Down here. Yeah, so you can import the deck into here from CDB straight up, which I've done for a number of my heroes. So these are virtual representations of the actual decks I use in real life, which is pretty cool. Well, there's some of them. And the other resource where the custom content comes from is a site called Hall of Heroes. So hallofheroeslcg.com. It's amazing. It's got reviews, blogs. It's got all the card content on there and stuff. In sort of release order, and yeah, I mean, it's called the Marvel Champions LCG card resource for a reason. It's a must for any Marvel Champions player. It's just amazing. And one section of that is called custom content, and on here they've got a list of they've got links to the Discord, the custom content Discord, and they've got what they call the master list, which has links to the Google Drives of people who have submitted things, and it doesn't have everything. I've learnt. I thought it was comprehensive, but it's not as comprehensive as I thought. There's some stuff on the Discord that I didn't see on there, and plus even this mod, for example. I mean, the mod's got the 10 rings, the Mandarin and the 10 rings scenario. That's not on this list that I can see, unless I've got mad. Actually, Mandarin isn't on here. I tell a lie. It is on here. Well, that's cool. What was I saying? I've lost track. Anyway, it does have like a lot of stuff, and I've essentially downloaded everything. Everything on this master list I've downloaded, which is why I'm surprised that I don't know that Mandarin was here. Is it called the Mandarin, or is it just called Mandarin? Oh no, Mandarin, there he is. And then there's Modular. There it is there. Well, there you go. I tell why. I've downloaded every single thing from this sheet, and plan on playing them. That's basically what I'm going to do. The streams and videos are going to be me playing people's custom stuff. If the Mandarin's on here, then that means Hitch's does that mean that Hitch's thing is actually, yeah, these are not actually Hitch's mods at all, because this is by Design Hacker, and you'll hear that name a lot as I go through the custom content. I will mention who created it, give the proper shout out to the people, to the creator. And you're going to hear the name Design Hacker quite often. There's a lot of this stuff. Yeah. So that means it's definitely not Hitch. But anyway, still awesome. That being said, so I've downloaded. I downloaded everything from the Excel sheet, like I said, and I've spent a couple of hours yesterday sort of putting some of them into here so that I can play them. So I've got Annihilation, Annihilist. They actually are two different things. Annihilation just looks bloody hard. Annihilist, just on his own. Apocalypse, Arcade, God Doom from Battleworld, Cassandra Nova, Civil War, Dark Avengers. Again, that looks quite hard. Dormammu and Electro. And I've put them in my little randomizer sheet. And I got Arcade. So we're going to start with Arcade. Here's the one that I was playing last night, and just stuffed up. I might as well explain. So the game that I was playing last night, which was meant to be the launch of this new venture, I wasn't doing any boost cards. So even when the villain attacks or schemes, you're meant to get a boost card. And I wasn't doing anything. So I was kicking a lot of butt, and I mean, Spidey is great. Spidey's awesome, but he's not that awesome. It was very easy. It was going along very, very simple, which is quite silly until I realized. So I just basically gave it the flick. So I'm just going to restart again, plan it properly this time. That's it. That's pretty much the intro. So let's get to it. Let's get into the game, eh? So the hero, again, I randomized. I got Peter, which I'm very happy about because he is my favorite hero. He's not my favorite Marvel Champions hero. That would be Black Widow. But he's my favorite hero, so that's a fair start. He is good. And like I said, randomized. Got Arcade, the Arcade villain encounter set. I've got everything set up already, so it says to start with, and I'm going to go through this assuming that you have an idea of how this game is played. I'm not going to explain every single rule as I go through. Again, get up in game, Nelson, D20, they go through all that sort of stuff. You don't need me to worry about that to do that. So, welcome to Murder World Arcade. Now, first off, let's start off with the creator. It's by FaeDine. I don't know what their real name is. That's fine. But FaeDine, yep, part of the community. So thank you very much, FaeDine, for this encounter. It's fun. So let's go through it. Arcade 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 if you're doing expert mode. I'm just doing standard mode. I'm just going to do standard mode for all these. You get the arcade and standard encounter stats, which are the modules, and one modular encounter set, Hunt Bots. They're already all in there, ready to rock. They should actually have yellow backs, but they've got purple backs. Not too sure why I did that, but anyway. You need to, and as part of the setup, you need to set an ally in prison side scheme in play. There it is. Put the Murder World Traps environment into play. I've popped it here just to sort of keep an eye on it. And attach suit enhancements. So you search the deck for suit enhancements and attach that to Arcade there. So suit enhancements says that Arcade can't take damage, and I can actually get rid of it by exhausting my hero if there's no trap cards in play, and I can get rid of this suit, so he can actually start taking damage. Murder World Traps environment base says that while a trap minion is engaged, you may not change the alter ego form, which makes sense, and when a player would remove threat from a scheme, they may instead deal damage to the trap minion itself. The traps are actually minions, so they come out looking like minions, so they've got stats because they do things to you, and you can either damage them as you would normally damage them, or you can actually apply threat to them, which is a great idea. I love it. That's really cool. And then Ally Imprisoned is a side scheme. Starts with 3 threat. And when revealed, you summon your ally with the highest printed cost and place it face down into this scheme. Place death counters on the scheme for allies printed his cost. So this game has no concept of the word summon. So I'm just going to treat it as the same as any other scheme that says search your deck, discard pile, and hand for X, whatever this thing might be. So So that translated would be search your Arcana deck, hand or discard pile for an ally with the highest printed cost and place it face down under this scheme. And there's no such thing as death counters either, but that's pretty common. What they do is they have like these generic counters, so generic counters, and they just get renamed into all sorts of things in the game. Death counters, arrow counters, science counters. It's ridiculous. Pin particles and all sorts of stuff. So I'm basically just going to put 3 counters on there. I'm actually going to use damage counters. It's going to make some more sense. And then you've got a force interrupt when the villain phase would begin. Now that would normally... I don't know if they changed in the latest FAQ or what have you, but normally that would be worded when the villain initiates. So the villain phase, when the villain phase begins, that would mean the villain phase, the very first thing you do in the villain phase is add a threat to the main scheme, and then the villain initiates, and then with either attacks or schemes depending on what the form your hero is in. So this specifically says when the villain phase would begin. So it looks like this happens at the same time as when you put the threat on, which is better in my opinion. Actually it makes it easier to read. It makes it easier to track it because there's a lot going on here. So I actually like that. I prefer that it says that when the phase begins, because it's pretty obvious when the phase begins, right? And then if there's no death counters to remove, then you remove the ally for the game. So it's basically exactly what this picture shows here, which is great. Your ally is on the conveyor belt, and if you don't rescue them in time, they're screwed. If you defeat this scheme by reducing the threat down to 0, you remove the ally. You remove ally imprisoned from the game and put the ally into your hand. So you rescue them, and it's removed from the game, not put into the encounter discard, which is another mistake I made last night. I've just noticed. Cool. So let's do that. I haven't even done any of my hero setup yet. You do all this stuff before you do this stuff. Unless you have a permanent setup card, so Wolverine's card, claws, or anything like that. So let's just do a quick check of the hero allies. What have I got? Allies. Moon Girl would be one of them. The highest allies I've got are 3s. So Mockingbird, there's one. Gwen. Hobie, Havter, Miles. Spider's only 2. Otto's only 2. So it's out of these ones. So I'm just going to random. Moon Girl. Alright, so Moon Girl and her massive dinosaur, the devil dinosaur, are on the conveyor belt. She's got 3 health, so I'm going to grab 3 tokens. Tokens, 3 threat there, and then the rest of them can go back into my deck. Okay. Alright, done all that. So we now flip to 1B. It doesn't start with any threat, so that's pretty handy. I'll throw a counter here. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Doesn't start with any threat, which is great. When revealed, in player order, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a trap card is discarded. Put that trap into play. Engage with that player. That's what Arcade's all about. He's all about the traps. I mean, if you see, after he attacks, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If their card is a trap, put that card in play. Engage with you. I mean, that's what he's all about, right? So let's give this a quick go and discard until we get a trap. Nope. Here we go. Giant hammers. So they come back. They come down into the engaged field. I put the minions in the middle 3 because over here, if I do this, it'll deal a boost card to this field here. If I deal an encounter card, it deals it to this one here. So put them in the middle there. So even though it's a trap minion, that's giant hammers. It's not an actual sort of beam. But I think this is a really cool idea. It has guards, so it means I can't attack Arcade while this is in play. When Giant Hammers attacks, discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a printed fist resource, add 4 to this attack. And its boost ability. If it came in as a boost, it would have, if a character is damaged by this attack, that character is... Oh no, not its boost ability, sorry, my bad. Its force abilities, when it does attack, if a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. So yeah, Giant Hammer comes in, smacks you in the face. Very thematic. That's it. That's all the setup. Done. I think that's everything. So villain hit points is 11. Everything is good to go. Alright, now I can do my hero stuff. So you start off in Alter Ego. And grab your hand. My hand size is 6. So I'm going to grab 6. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, it doesn't say that I'm sitting here. Alright. Sorry about that. Graphical glitches is when you sit here, it asks you to choose your map, which obviously I hadn't done, so I just need to make sure these are actually there, haven't been hidden. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, let's try it again. Go and grab 6. Okay, so here's my hand. I got some webbed ups, which is great. Power in all of us would be good to get Spidey out, but I'm not a web warrior yet. So even though I did get a webbed up, which is cool, and a backflip, which is also cool, I'm not a web warrior, so I can't cast auto. So I think I will actually mulligan, but to mulligan, yeah, I'm not going to mulligan the whole hand. I don't want to lose 2 webbed ups. Or do I just do the web up and just spend for what it is? Yeah, alright, so Peter, it's just too powerful not to do it. So Peter generates a resource for me. So I'm going to use one of those. Plus, I can't use auto, so I'm also going to 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and power at all of us to use. So that's 4 to get a whipped up, which is just awesome. It's basically a double stun. It's great. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Actually, you know what? If I'm using a webbed up, I don't need to keep backflip. Although, do I use backflip against this guy? Because he's going to hit me. He's going to hit me for 1 though. Yeah, so I'm going to keep auto so I can, just in case, maybe cast him later on. Actually, no, I'm going to keep you. Keep the resource generation, just in case. Alright, so webbed up's up there, so he's webbed up now. I'm going to flip to Peter. And attack this dude for 2. Oh, that's cool. Didn't even notice that before. Oh, wait, why is it? You can change the counters to be clickable counters. That's awesome. Does that mean mine are clickable too now? Oh yeah. Why would that not just be the default? I mean, why would you have anything else other than that? Very cool. Oh, Hitch, you're the man. Okay, alright, and that's everything. So, you ready up? Draw up to your hand size. My hand size is now 5, so I get 3 more. Okay, cool. Lots of resource generation. That's, yeah, not the greatest. Would have some more usable cards would have been good. I should have kept auto maybe, but anyway, it is what it is. And it's now the villain's turn. So the villain activates. We get a threat on here, and this goes down by 1. He then attempts to attack because I'm in hero form. He can't, but Spidey's ability still triggers, which means I get a free card. Oh yes, Warrior of the Great Web, beautiful. All right. Because he tried to attack, he can't because of webbed up. He loses webbed up and gains a stunned card. So he's basically stunned for 2 rounds, which is great, which is good because it costs 4. It's madness. It's very powerful. Just gonna drink some tea before it goes cold. Nobody like cold tea. So that's him done. And now this one resolves. So sorry, I'm just gonna check this out. When Giant Hammers attacks, it is attacking me for 1. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a printed fist, add 4. So I need to declare whether I'm going to defend before the attack happens, before I draw the card. So am I defending and just hopefully it's just the 1? Or am I just going to let it through and then hope I don't get a fist? It's just the 1. I mean, either way, I'm hoping, right? It's just all about hope. Rebellions are built on hope. Now, I don't have a lot of fist. I wouldn't say I have a huge amount of fist in here, but I have quite a few. Most of Spidey's built-in cards are not fist. But I do have some like extra cards out in here that are. So I think there's like 10 or so. Actually, you know, one of the beauties of Marvel CDB is I can actually check to see. So if I go on to see Marvel CDB, bring up this deck. Yep, there we go. I've got 12 fist cards. So 12 fist cards in this deck, and there's 29. There's a high chance that I'm going to get a fist. So I'm going to defend. Defending for 3. Spidey's ability doesn't work for minions, it only works for villains, so I don't get to draw a card. But I do need to boom, energy. So it is just the 1. So that's great. But anyway, it was a high probability that it would possibly be a fist. So, and if a character is damaged by this attack, that character is done. So I wasn't damaged because I defended for 3. It's pretty hard to hit Spidey. So I'm all good. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, now, the interesting way this works is Spidey is still exhausted back into my turn. It's now, I need to finish off this villain turn still. It's still not my turn yet, but he's exhausted. So I'm about to now deal an encounter card, and if it's something that has to do with something that I have to defend, well, I can't defend unless I have some way of readying, which I don't. Cap does. Cap can discard a card to ready, which is awesome. Cap's all about the defending, but Spidey does not. So let's see what happens. Deal an encounter card. What it does, it grabs the top card from the deck and brings it down here for you. Alright, it's a minion, so it automatically just becomes engaged with me. Guard, toughness. Need to give it a tough status card. And again, I can't attack Arcade while this is in action. So when Trickstand would attack, give it a tough status card. So every time it attacks, it gets another tough status card. It's pretty insane. But anyway, it's now the start of my turn. Let's have a look now. Need to flip to Peter, do power in all of us to get ingenuity. You can only cast ingenuity when you're in Peter form because you have to be a genius to play it. I can still use it at any stage. I can do a resource, but to play it I have to be in alter ego form because Peter's genius. Why he's not a genius on this side makes no sense. And that was one of the reasons why it took me so long to sort of warm up to this game. It's the whole alter ego sort of concept. It doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of the time, to be honest. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it makes a lot of sense. But these particular ruling about the fact that you can only play a card if you've got that trait and he doesn't have the trait on both sides makes no sense. He doesn't lose his genius ability when he becomes Spider-Man. He's still a genius. It's just dumb. But anyway, it is what it is. So I've got another resource generator, which is great. I can't forget that Peter generates a resource for me, so I'm going to use Peter's resource to generate, to do one for, actually I'm going to swap these around. Warrior of the Great Grip, so I'm now a Web Warrior, which is cool. Again, that doesn't make sense that Spidey is not a Web Warrior, but his character comes in the core set, which is before they started doing all this Web Warrior stuff, and they just haven't gone back and changed it, which is a shame. Even in the latest FAQ, they didn't change it, which is dumb. But there it is. It also gives him another ability that says if a Web Warrior ally leaves play, I get +1 attack, which is great. Now I don't really want to do anything else. Not being able to thwart is painful. Yeah. And because I can't ready and do anything, I'm pretty much stuck with that. I could re-web. But I don't want to do that just yet because it then sort of ruins one of the stuns. I can keep him stunned one round longer if I wait. So I'm going to get rid of Turn the Tide because I'm about to... So the thing is it's now at the end of my turn. So I now can ready. But I can't do anything because it's the end of my turn officially. The end of the turn is you're ready and you draw cards up to your hand size, which is now 6. Good cards, but now I can't use them until next turn anyway. Alright, villain phase begins. We get a threat on here and we lose 1 life on here. So things are not looking good for young Moon Girl. Not looking good at all. Now Arcade attempts to scheme, and he can. I'm in alter ego, so he schemes. He's stunned. He can still scheme. He just can't attack. So he's scheming for 2. He gets a boost card. Oh, I don't like how that comes down. I thought the boost card would come down to here. Why doesn't it just come down to here? Weird. I don't like that at all. I'm just going to manually do it from now on. Haven't seen that before. Anyway, so he steams for 2 plus whatever's on here. So the boost says so that makes it 3. And then he has a special boost ability, which is give the villain 1 additional boost card. Okay, so get rid of that, and then we go another one. Oh, so now it's 4. And it's give the villain an additional boost card. My God. This is insane. Well, we've already gone past stage 1. So now we're up to 5, 6. I don't have anything that stops any of those things from happening. That's madness. So he just went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He just added 6 to this, which automatically bumps me over the 6 limit. So yeah, we're into 2. It's over there somewhere. We're into 2A. 2A says, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for suit enhancements and attach it to arcade. Each player who has an ally in their deck reveals an ally imprisoned side scheme. Okay. Well, suit enhancements is already there, so it doesn't go. And I have allies in my deck. So what do I do with them? Oh, I need to do this. Grab one of these. Ally imprisoned side scheme. Okay. Three, and then I need to go grab. So the same thing. I need to go grab the highest. Highest ones. 3. It's only 2, 3, 3. Because it says it again, summon doesn't exist, right? So the closest equivalent would be search your encounter deck, discard pile, and hand. But is it search all of them? So I guess what I'm trying to get at is, do I grab the 3 that are currently in my deck now and randomly select one of them, or do I just grab Otto? Because he's the only one. He's the highest one in my discard pile, which just happens to be the only one in my discard pile. You know what? I'm going to play it like that. I should get to choose. Every time it says search for something, you're allowed to choose. So I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose my discard pile, which means it's Otto. Grab some death counters equal to his hit points. And yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good for those two. Alright, so now we've got 10. Forced response. So this is what some of the cards have a special boost icon you would have seen. See how we've got a special boost icon here that doesn't have any corresponding stuff on the card. And now it becomes active. Forced response. After a trap minion is revealed as a boost card, the player that revealed that minion puts into play engaged with them. Wow. X is equal to the number of trap minions in play. So that's the acceleration amount. If the scheme is completed, the players lose the game. So you just become just overwhelmed with traps and stuff. I like it. I like this encounter. I think it's cool. It's very thematic. It's bloody hard. but it's very thematic. You don't ever want to be in alter ego form. I can only imagine how Black Widow's going to go on this, because she's all about the alter ego. So yeah, back to me. Oh no. That was the schemes. These guys actually scheme as well, but because they don't have any scheme, I just didn't add them. So I still don't have an encounter card yet. I've gotten to the end. I haven't even done the encounter card. So here's my encounter card, and boom, the encounter card is if I'm alter ego, that gains surge. So I'll get rid of that one and grab another one. I love this, how this works. It's great. And it's another trap. It's a trap. Another thing with guard. This is not an encounter for Spidey. It's really not. Because the amount of minions, this is something you would send like Thor up against or something. Or Ant-Man. This is not a Spidey encounter by any means. Especially not with me playing, because I suck. But anyway, there's another minion to get involved with, and he actually does have it has a scheme ability, which is pretty nasty. But I'm not going back into alter ego form ever again, because essentially I'll just lose the game. So let's put the thread on here. Starts with 2, and X is equal to the amount of minions. Keeps he stunned, and it's back to me now. So I'll start an alter ego and get a I get that for free. But do I even want it? Do I need to use it as a resource? So I've got 2 resources on hand here. Peter generates 1, Ingenuity will generate another one. So that's 2. 2. I don't want Moon Girl to die. I need to thwart. I need to thwart for 3, which Miles can do. So when Miles first comes into play, he gets +2 attack or thwart, whichever one you choose. So he can either come in and do 4 damage and knock out one of these dudes, or we can come in and do 3 thwart, which can save one of these guys. So he swings in and saves one of these dudes. Do I save Moon Girl or do I save Otto? It's a tough choice, but I think I'm going to save. I'm going to bring in Miles and save Moon Girl, which means I think I might even not even use this. I'm going to use this as resources. So Peter plus Ingenuity plus Web of Life for 3 to bring out Miles. He's going to immediately thwart for 3, which saves Moon Girl just at the nick of time. She goes to my hand. And this is removed from play. So, sayonara. The only thing though is you can only cast her when you're in Peter form, alter ego form, and when you cast her, you want to have as many science cards as possible. So what I'm actually going to do is now cast energy to bring Black Cat out, because Black Cat says when she comes into play, you discard the top 2 cards, and if they've got the energy icon, you get to put them in your hand. So let's hope. 1. Nope. It has to be printed. The printed one. So Gwen's wild doesn't work. Losing Gwen is a blow. Oh, and an energy. And losing... Did I shuffle after I put them? If this is an ally, I didn't shuffle. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to do that again. Alright, let's do it again. 1. Nope. And 2. Right, so that one I do get. Okay. Now, do I spend those 2 and the web to get Moon Girl out? Because then I get to draw 2 more cards. You know what? I think I do. Although, do I need to spend the web kick to kill this dude? Well, he's not going to scheme, so... Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Bring out Moon Girl. And I used 1, 2 resources. I could have done that better if I'd done these better. But anyway, so 2. So I get 2 cards. I could have done 3 if I was smarter. Alright, well that's an easy choice. I'm going to spider to get out a web shooters. Which comes with 3 thinners. I've now got 1 extra resources. So, yeah. That could have been done better for sure. That definitely wasn't the best way to go about it. But I've got everything from my hand in. I need to put a damage counter on Miles. He activated and saved Moon Girl. Okay, so now I've still got these guys. So I'll flip to Peter, to Spidey, and what do I want to do now? Attack and kill giant hammers. So I can either do 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Or I can thwart. I really need to. I need to thwart. I'm in a lot of trouble here. So Moon Girl is going to work her magic. She gets 2 damage counters to do 2, 3 to remove 2 on here. Otto's just going to die. I mean, it is what it is. And Black Cat's gonna take out this guy. Giant hammers, so he's gone. She doesn't take any damage for attacking, only when she thwarts. And there are trap cards in play, so I can't get rid of his suit. So I'll just do 2 on this dude. I think that's everything. Okay, ready, end of turn, and draw back my hand. Okay, symbiote suit, that's what I wanted in the opening hand is what I wanted. These 2 cards, essentially. So yeah, that's disappointing, but it is what it is. Alright, villain turn, we get threat, it accelerates threat, we ought to equal to the amount of traps. X is equal to the number of trap minions in play. And there's 2. So it goes up 2. Otto loses 1 life. So he's not looking good. I'm in hero form, so he attempts to attack. He can't attack because he's stunned. But I still get a free card because he tried to attack me. And he doesn't do anything, but these guys do. So he attacks for 2. So when he schemes, he has special abilities, which he doesn't do, so that's fine. Oh, I forgot about this. What's happening here? Oh, it's after the revealed as a boost card. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. So he only has special abilities when he attacks, when he schemes. So he's attacking for 2, and he's attacking for 2. You know what? I'm just going to block it. I'm going to defend. Should I sacrifice a minion? No, she's just going to pin off stuff. I need her to do some thwarting. No, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, as Peter says, as in Star-Lord. Because then I've got this one. So when he attacks for 1, you give him a tough status card. So he's still already got his tough. He can't have 2, so he's just going to have the 1 there, and boom. As soon as he gets a new one, the other one gets discarded. So he might as well just leave that on there. So I'll just take the other one. Actually, I will actually defend. He can take the 1. Miles can take it for me. It just means that because he defended, he exhausts, and so I can't use him next turn, but that's alright. Cool. Alright. Encounter card. Enjoying the show. Surge. Alright, so I'm just going to put that aside there and grab another one. So there's my Surge one. When revealed, the villain heals 2 damage. He doesn't have any damage to heal, so that's cool. Second encounter card is... Oh my god, no! No! Oh no! Do I have... Oh my god, no! This card is just the worst. So basically what happens now, because I don't have any way to stop it from happening, Spidey has a cancel card called Spidey Senses, but I don't have any way of cancelling that, so I just have to cop it. So basically what happens now, this is just horrible, is I get my minion, my what are they called? The Nemesis, that's right. So Vulture comes into play, engaged with me, and the Scheme comes into play, and these 3 get popped into here. Now, because these are all got purple backs and they're meant to be yellow backs, it's going to be very obvious when they get in there. So I'm just going to turn my face. I'm going to turn away from the screen. Are they able to be changed? No. Yeah, that's obviously an issue. I'm going to have to fix Arcade's deck. All the others have got yellow backs. I don't know why Arcade doesn't. It's weird. Yeah, so I'm just going to turn away from the screen while I shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Alright, okay. Alright, so when they come up, I'm going to know what it is, but it doesn't matter. I've got no way of getting rid of it. They go into there. So, and then this gets discarded. So now I have to deal with that. This is the worst. For some heroes, that card is just an automatic wipe. You might as well just stop the game at that point, especially if they're early on. Again, Josh from Get Up and Dame does an excellent video on this, of where just an analysis of all the different nemesis and nemesis. Is that the plural for nemesis? And yeah, for some of them, you might as well just wipe at that point, because you're not going to get through it. I don't think Vulture's one of them. He's pretty nasty. The fact that he's got 4 health is annoying, but more annoying is he's got quick strike. So he's immediately attacking me for 3. Just straight up attacking me for 3, which I'm going to defend. So 3 versus 3, it's all good. Again, he's not a villain, so he doesn't. He's a minion, so I don't get a card for Spidey's ability. Then I've got to deal with his side scheme. Now, his side scheme says, when revealed, each player places a random card from their hand face down here. And then when this is defeated, you get that card back. Starts with 3 threat, and it's got an acceleration token. So what that means is you get one of these on your scheme. So now it's going X, so it's accelerating for the number of trap minions in play. +1. This is the worst. So anyway, so grab a card from my hand. Here is my hand. Yikes. I'm just going to put them all together and flip, and then randomly go. I think there's actually a button that does this for you. Discard a random card. That's pretty sweet. That is very cool. This bot is awesome. But anyway, I've shuffled. I just grabbed the top card. The top card is Big Cup. All right, Big Cup goes over here on highway robbery. So I don't get that back unless I beat this scheme. It says put it face down under there, but trying to put a card underneath here in real life, you would do it, but in TTS, it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to leave it where it is. And then I'm going to get all these cards back. Cool. All right. Wow. It's now finally back to me. Both Miles and Peter are exhausted, so I can't use them. So, do I re-stun Arcade? He hasn't even been able to use his ability. He doesn't get to attack. So do I re-stun Arcade by pulling Mockingbird in? Well, before I even do that, straight up, she is going to get rid of that threat, and she dies. Sorry, Moon Girl, but you have served your purpose. So that frees up a slot there. Now, because she removed 2 threat, should I have cleared the area first? I should have cleared the area and then drawn a card. I've done that wrong. I'm going to bring you back because I can use you to clear the area. Because even though I'm exhausted, I can still use the cards that have those abilities. And remove 2 threat from a screen, which is those 2. Because it's the last 2, I get a cut. That was a smarter play. I don't know why I didn't do that. So across the Spider-Verse, okay, I can search my discard pile to get another Web Warrior, but I can only do that if I exhaust a Web Warrior, which I don't have. Ugh. Alright, so now I'll do Moon Girl and exhaust. I need to get rid of this acceleration token. So 1, 2, to get rid of you. So it frees up a slot for Mockingbird. Or do I suit? I'm definitely not going to use you. So I've got 1, 2, The suit is of no use to me right this very second, but it will be soon enough. Oh man, I'm so torn. So torn. Do I flip to Peter and just let him scheme? What happens if he schemes? This guy does nasty stuff. It engages. Attacks the hero. So it attacks for 2 anyway, which is fine. Scheme, he'll scheme for 1, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, plus whatever the boost is. Don't know. I've got decision anxiety. Going to 1, 2. And put the van on the quest, on the scheme. So what this means is I now get +4, so it's actually 14 to lose instead of only 10. Which means I now essentially can't cast either of these two. I should have gone down by 1. I can still get Mockingbird out. No, I don't want to go back to Peter. Just because then they'll all just scheme. I can't get enough. I can't do enough thwarting. I'm not convinced that was the right move, but it is what it is. I don't plan on ever going back to Peter form, so I'm going to get rid of Aunt May. See what other cards I get. Okay, so Black Cat we can at the very least pin off another from actually I'm going to get to pin one from you. Ready. Get 3 cards. Okay, Hobie, that's cool. And a swing web kick, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Okay, alright. Villain phase. That's it. Boom, boom. Otto. Sorry, buddy. You are gone. Is it removed from game? I think it's removed from game. Yep. Remove the scheme and the ally from the game. So I'm just going to pop him over here. Remove from game. Get rid of you. And remove you from the game over there. I wasn't meant to do a damage to you. I was meant to pin off. Very rarely use her for threat control, but I was meant to pin this guy off, which means I get this back to my hand, which I don't really care about, but it's an extra card, I suppose. And then Oh, which means I could have, if I'd done that properly, I would have had enough cards to cast Mockingbird. Oh, man. Anyway, I did get rid of that at the very least. So, see you later. Get the card back. Get it back to my hand, and I lose this acceleration token. Can't afford to have that. Okay, so now I get threat equals to the amount of trap minions, which is 2. Okay, Arcade is not stunned, and so therefore he's going to attack. Because he attacks, I get a free card. Another web kip. Cool with that. He attacks for 1 plus his boost. His boost is Hunterbot. So he gets 1. So what is it? 1 plus 2. And then the boost of special effect is put Hunter Plane engaged with you. Oh, another minion to deal with. This is not good. I'm not doing well here. And he attacks for 2. I was meant to decide whether I'm going to declare a defense. Should have declared a defense before I just copped it. I'm going to cop the 2. I'm just going to cop it because I didn't clear. After he attacks, so he finally gets to use his ability to discard the top card of the encounter deck if it's a trap put into play. It is not. Oh, I already knew that. Anyway, but yeah, this is not good. Way too many minions. And then these guys all attack. So 3, 2, 1, 2. You know what? I think I'm just going to wipe here. I mean, Black Cat's going to die. Spider-Man's going to die. Peter's going to defend. Miles will die. So they'll take the 3 and the 2. So I'll still cop another 3. Puts me on 3. I'd have to flip to Peter to heal. I guess it could. I mean, it could be done, but and then I suit back up. All right. Well, Miles blocks. You. Black Cat blocks. You. Cop the 3. Okay, count card. That's a scheme. Okay, promising participants. When revealed, place an additional threat here for each trap minion in play. So it starts with 3 and it gets 1, 2. So it's 5. And it's got the crisis symbol, which means that I can't remove threat from here without removing this first. And removing threat is not what Peter does. Okay, my turn. Okay, I'm going to Ingenuity to put Spider Tracer on this dude. And I'm going to beat Cop 1, Web Shooter 2, 3, 4 to put put the suit on, which automatically bumps me up to 13 and gives me +1 to all my stats. Gonna hit this guy and kill him, which removes 3 threat. Yeah, I'm going to ready and draw. My hand size is 5 + 1, so it's up to 6 now. I've got 2, so I'm going to draw 4. Okay, can't use them even right this very second, but I will at some point. Alright, yeah. Villain turn. Okay, villain turn. I get X, which is the amount of traps. 1, 2. There's no acceleration tokens in play, so it just gets the 2. And arcade attacks. Arcade attacks for 1 plus a boost card. Boost. If this activation deals damage to... Oh, I was meant to declare whether I want to defend or not. I'm not going to defend. If this activation deals damage to a friendly character, stun that character. Okay, so... I'm automatically stunned. Because it dealt damage to me. So I should have defended. But I didn't declare it before I drew the card, and so I consider that to be cheating. So I'm now stunned. Okay. Yeah, I took the 1 damage from him. I'm stunned. I can still defend. Which am I going to do? 3, 5, 6. Yeah. So I'll defend the 3 and just take the 3 and take the other 3. Don't have any backflip or anything like that happening, so can't block any of the damage. Then counter card number 1, and because I've got the Sinbad suit in, I get another damage card. So number 1 is when revealed, discard the ally control with the lowest printed cost. If there was none discarded, this card gains Surge. So there's the Surge card, which means I get another card. Robotic clone, so another minion, and the next card is discard or gain Surge. Gain Surge, and another minion. Miss Coriander. I haven't seen her yet. Miss Coriander, criminal elite inventor, guard. Miss Coriander cannot be attacked by any player who is engaged with a trap minion. Okay, so wow, that's incredibly harsh. So I have to kill these 2 before I can even touch her. Well, that my friends is a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minions. I'm stunned. It's yeah. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Alright, anyway, so it's back to my turn. Let's see what I can do here. So I'm going to use the last one of these. Last one of those to cast Clear the Area and remove the 2 threat from here, which gives me a card. And then I'm going to ingenuity to get another web shooter out. Should I get out one of my web warrior guys or Mockingbird who automatically stuns him? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm bloody dead. I'm going to him and him to bring out Mockingbird, which stuns this guy, and then either Hobie or Gwen comes out. Who do I want? I'm gonna Hobie. Sorry, Gwen. I love you and all, but I think Hobie's the better choice in this particular one. And one, two, and one, two. Yeah. Wow. Ready. Should I have flipped to Peter? Oh, too late now. My hand size is 5'6", so I get those 4, and I get another 2. Now, because my deck has run out and reset, I get a encounter card just automatically on the next villain turn. So it means I'll actually have 3 encounter cards to deal with. The good news is I got a backflip, so I can cancel the damage of the highest hitter, which is handy, and I'll get enhanced spider sense, so I can block one of the treacheries if needed. So let's see how it goes. So I get the amount of traps. There's 2 as threat. Wait, I just need to check something. I think you automatically get 1 extra as well. Do you automatically get? You automatically get 1. Let me just quickly check that. And then you get the acceleration. So I think I'm actually a couple down. Just give me 1 sec. Play phase, villain phase. Oh yeah, place the amount of threat indicated on the main scheme's acceleration field onto that scheme. Yeah, okay. So it's normally 1, but you just get whatever it says on there. Okay, cool, awesome. Thank God. Thank God I was playing that right. If I would have died of embarrassment if it wasn't. Alright, so I guess the 2. He attempts to attack. He can't because he's stunned. I get a card. And then the stun disappears. He doesn't get to attack. These guys now all do attack. I'm going to backflip you. So now I just have to deal with you. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 1. Two, 1, 2, 1. Yeah. 2, 1, 2, 1. I guess we're dying. So she'll block one of the 2s and die. Hobie will block the other 2 and die, and then trigger his ability. His ability says, I'll just take the other 2. His ability says discard the top 3 and deal that damage to the villain equal to the amount of boost. So 1, 2, 3. Finally get some damage. Oh. Okay, he cannot take damage. Oh my god. Oh jeez. This is just terrible. Sacrificed his life for nothing. So there's the encounter card from before. I get another one because it's just normal, and another one because of my suit. So number 1, he schemes. So 1, 2 plus the boost card, which is 2. Okay. Each trap menu activates. Wow. So I take another 3 damage. And then I get another million. Alright, that's it. But now I'm at it. I'm just swamped. There's no way I'm winning this one. Okay, let's regroup. That is a wipe. That is just not going to happen. I could have enhanced Spider Sense to one of them, I suppose. I could have enhanced Spider Sense that one. Yeah, but still, I mean, another minion. It's just too much. It's just way too much. Just can't. You can't deal with that many minions. You just can't do it. It's just not that good. Wow. This encounter, FaeDine, is brutal. Especially against me, who is not that good at the game. It doesn't help when you suck at the game. Like, yeah, this is absolutely brutal. Why do I only have 39 cards? Oh, because of you. So he's actually over there. So yeah, so I'm resetting. Let's regroup here. Do I have any tea left? I do. It's cold. vulture cards. Yep. There's one more in here, right? Yep. Okay. Leave all those out. Is there a pay at 3? No, it's just that. If you lose that, you lose the game. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, do I acknowledge that arcade... It's my hysteric mix, or is it just me being bad? It's me being bad at the game. I think it's a combination of the two. This game is really cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, it's very minion heavy. Let's change up. Do I play Black Widow and just work her magic? I don't know. I've got to tune her deck. She's at 44 cards. I've got to get rid of 4 cards. Or do I Wolverine and just kick the crap out of him as quickly as possible? Or Captain America defend. Let's randomize. Let's go to the randomizer. When in doubt, randomize. Alright. Hero. Randomize that hero. Who do we get? Gotta work on the speed of this thing. Ghost Spider. I don't have a Ghost Spider deck. Peter. Well, that ain't happening. That is not happening. Nova. Alright, I do have a Nova deck. I do have a Nova deck, so let's see how that goes. Let's put Spidey back in this place. Let's grab Nova's health card. I do have a Nova, so let's give it a shot. Let's reset all of this. They've all been put into play. I need an ally imprisoned. There we go. All the other stuff. Just gotta stop together to take a trap. Okay. Trap, trick sand. Okay. That's cool. Give him a tough. Alright. And then yeah, let's grab the allies. So what allies have I got? Snow Guard. Oh, it's probably going to be her. Gee, don't have a lot of allies in this deck. Vivian. Ms. Marble. Well, it's no guard for sure. There's only 3 in here. Okay. Oh no, Locust. There's 4 allies. And it says the one with the highest printed cost. Okay, so it's Snowbird. I don't know why I bothered checking anybody else. There you go. Alright, so Snowbird gets captured, which is a shame because she's a champion thwarter. She's just a good all-rounder. It's very cool. 3 printed health. And 3 threat. Let's see how that goes. So there's you. Starts with 0, which is handy. Everything else is set to go. Alright, so you guys can go back in the deck. And shuffled. Alright, so Sam, his alter ego action is to get his helmet. So hopefully I don't get the helmet. And I get a Dino instead, so let's have a look. Wait, why am I doing nothing? Oh, because the bloody ally. Dave, come on, man. Come on. Alright, so his hand side is, I'm pretty sure, is 6. Yep. Alright, so let's grab 6. Oh, that was a terrible shuffle. Jeez. Alright, yeah, you know what? Connection to the World Mind doesn't count towards the hand size, so I do technically get another card. Let's see if that helps me. This is a bad hand. This is a bad hand. Let's roll with it. Alright, so I'll do Sam's ability, which is to spend a card. And because it's a wild card, I get to search for his helmet. And put it immediately into play. Alright, so I'm then going to stay in Alter Ego and search the top 7 cards with Plan of Attack. So the top 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For an attack. And put it into my hand. And then I'm going to do it again. So I need to put these all back in and shuffle and then do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to grab another one. Those 2. Diagonal, no quarter. Definitely think it's going to be Dark Bomb. And then put these back. And shuffle. Alright. Now everything else I want to do Yeah. 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 Alright. I'm going to swap to Nova. After I use one of my basic powers, I can ready the helmet. So I'm going to use the helmet to generate a resource, a wild resource. And if I use pot shot, I can double the amount of resources. So I'm going to pot shot. No. No. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of his freaking suit. I'm not making that mistake again. Exhaust your hero to get rid of his suit. Oh, he's got a trap card in play. Oh, damn it! Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Alright. I flip to Nova. I'm going to bring out the Locust. After she enters play, I add an aggression event from my discard pile to my hand. So I've got you to plan for. I'm going to grab one of the pitchbacks. Locust is going to pin off your tough. Take a damage. Pot shot is going to deal 4 damage to you and kill you. Sam is then going to remove your bloody annoying suit. He didn't attack, so I can't redo the helmet. And I can't pitch back because I didn't attack. But I can still play. I can still play you as an actual card. If I wanted. But I'm not. Next turn, I'm just going to kick the crap out of Arcade. Yeah. I'm just going to kick the crap out of him. So I'm going to ready. My hand size is now 5. I get 2 of these. Okay, so there's my thwart card and another pot shot. Okay, so it's the villain turn. Gets 1. She loses 1 life. Arcade attacks me for 1 plus a boost, which is nothing. I'll just take it. Got that. And then we get an encounter card. Okay. Wait, did I do the discard thing? Until I chose, and then yeah, I did, because it was the thing that I've killed. All right, sweet. All right, encounter card is another trap. Okay, that's fine. That's a pretty cool one. This one, I like this one. I don't know if it's come up on the stream yet, but it's the every time it attacks or schemes, it gets a boom counter, and if there's 3 or more boom counters, you discard the trap, but it does 8 indirect damage to you. Like that's ridiculous. Like that is just ridiculous. So yeah, you got to kill it within 3 turns. and he can't stun it or do anything to it because it doesn't get a status. It's basically a living explosion. Yeah, it's great. This is great. Alright, not great for me, but it's a great card. That's it. That's the end of the villain turn. Back to me. Now I'm just going to kick the shit out of him. I'm just going to ignore, basically just ignore this card. For now. Because I want to bring him to the next stage. So I'm going to pot shot for 4. And then I'm going to attack for 1, which readies the helmet, which I'm going to use to pot shot for 4. And I'm going to use light speed flight to pitch back for 4. Alright, so that flips him to number 2. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Dangerous Games side scheme and reveal it. Dangerous Games. There it is. That was pretty easy. Rename you. I'll put you on here. It's easy to search for and reveal it. Up here. So it starts with 2. Threat cannot be removed from the scheme while a trap minion is in play. Okay. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a trap card is discarded. Put that trap into play. Engage with the player. Oh, jeez. Alright, and it's got the boost accelerator, so basically that adds a boost icon when they do the boost thing. Then shuffle the encounter deck. Okay. Force response after he attacks, blah 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 blah. Alright, so oh, he attacked before. Should I have had was that done that? No, that was the encounter card. Should I have had another minion? Oh no, because I discarded the card and it wasn't a minion. Okay, alright, I'm all good. Oh, there's so much going on. Alright, so he's now in stage 2 and his new health point total is 12. Alright. Now, can't dive bomb him yet, but I will next turn. Don't you worry about that. I will. Should I thought? I can't save Songbird. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I mean, every little bit counts. But then I can't use it to defend. No, I'm just going to leave Locust there. Locust doesn't need to die. All right, and then get up to my hand size, which is 5, so I get 4 more. No quarter, another attack event. Go for Champions has been seriously nerfed. This is the original version. Each champion character cannot take damage until the end of the round, which is great, but now it's a one-time only deal. You can't Miss Marvel it back into your hand and stuff. So, yeah. It's still good, but, well, actually I wouldn't say go so far as to say good, because it still costs 3. So it's okay. It's okay. But now it's ridiculously nerfed. Alright. Villain turn. Threat goes up by 1. Snowbird loses a life. And Arcade attacks. For 1 plus a boost, which is 2 plus the accelerator. So 3. So he attacks for 3. Locust is just going to jump in the way. You know what? That's what Locust is there for. Thank you, Locust. And Arcade's ability is discard the top card in counter deck if it's a trap put into play engaged with you. It is not, so thank you. And then this one attacks. When boom 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 with attack or scheme, place a boom counter on it. Again, there's no such thing as those, so I'm just gonna put that on there. If there are 3 or more, you get 8 direct damage. Alright. Cool. And encounter card. If I'm being ultra, you go with surges, but if it's hero, the villain attacks. Alright, villain attacks for 1 plus the boost. Oh, brutal. 2 plus 1 is 3. Just gonna take it. And then his ability kicks in again. It's not a trap, so it's fine. Back to me. Alright. Alrighty then. Alright, well, first thing I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 dive bomb. Deal 7 damage to an enemy and 1 to every other enemy. So 12 minus 7 is 5. Nova hits for 1. Oh, I forgot to put the damage on this guy. Guess it doesn't really matter. Which readies the helmet. And I then... The requirement to cast that is a fist. So I use energy... plus the helmet. So I've done XS here, but I need to have a fist in order to cast it. So I have to basically waste an energy to no quarter for 4. Boom, dead. Arcade. Nova just kicked the shit out of him, as he does. That was pretty damn powerful. So compare that. So how long did that game go for? 10 minutes to Peter. Thank God this was not one of those guard minions. Otherwise, I'd had to have taken it out a lot sooner. That resets, but no, it doesn't. I can use it again. Yeah, but that's basically it. I mean, Nova just doesn't muck around. Just blast, blast, blast. See you later. Arcade gone. Alright, I'm going to call it for this one. There's Arcade done. Next up, next video I'm going to change to one of the other scenarios. I will randomize it and try and keep it. Hopefully I don't get Annihilation. Because it just looks vicious. Just looks really, really vicious. But the randomizer's got these ones on here. And the ones that are down here as well, so I might get one of those. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, we'll see. It's just hopefully not Annihilation, and the Mandarin looks pretty tough too, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. The whatever the randomizer says is what I'll be doing. That's it for this one, Arcade. So again, thanks to FaeDine for that cool encounter. It clearly matters which hero you get and the cards that you get when you first start off, for sure. But other than that, yeah, cool little encounter, very thematic. Thank you very much for watching. Live long and prosper. I don't know if that's appropriate if I'm not doing a Trek stream, but anyway. Thanks for watching, and look after yourself and everybody else. Take care. Bye.